It's always going to hurt to lose a real one, and that will always be the truth. It hurts to have lost you. It doesn't make sense to them because you're no longer connected to them. This is bothering them. It bothers them so much that it doesn't bother you anymore. There's a major consequence for losing a real one. Being real means that you take your life serious. Just like you took them serious, you took yourself and your life and your vision even more serious. You were serious about your dreams. You were serious about the things you wanted in your heart and your mind and your body and your soul. They weren't. They had no soul, or at least they operated like they had no soul. They treated you like they had no soul. Come to find out, it was never real. The things they said, did, promised. Their story has always been just their story. It was always a one-sided situationship anyways. It was always about them, even when it wasn't about them. And when you didn't know who they were and what they really were, you were serving them by accident. And they thought that that meant you were weak. They saw you as some kind of fool. You were the idiot. But they fooled themselves. That's why it hurts to have lost a real one, because they thought they could destroy that part of you. They thought they did. They thought doing you how they did you was going to ruin you, because it was supposed to. That's how painful it was. It was supposed to tear you down, destroy you, change you completely. It was supposed to make you dark. But you took your power back and left them in the dark. They can't see. It's not that easy. They're choking on their own lies, their own words, the things they said they didn't need you for. They do. They took the hard way out. They took the dumb way out. They took the coward way out. They actually ran. Because you were too much. You applied way too much realistic pressure. You applied way too much truth. You demand honesty. You demand faithfulness. You demand effort. They couldn't even give you that. You demand reality. You demanded the truth. They couldn't be real with you. And eventually it wouldn't work for you. It couldn't work for you. It didn't sit well with you. Something finally happened and you finally became done with it. They're struggling with that. You of all people became done with it when you carried their weight. Their children's weight, their family's weight, their dead weight, their debt. You carried all kind of weight. Dealt with a monster that you were trying to make beauty. Trying to bring the beauty out of them. You saw the good in them and that made you carry weight. Weight you didn't understand. It almost took you down. It almost took you down. But it didn't. It didn't. When you left out of there, it seems like everything went down because their foundation is on quicksand. Their life started to spin and spiral out of control. The truth started to show. Things became clearer and clearer. That's why this hurts When a narcissist lose a real one, they lose their show, their pretending show, their show of entertainment, their show of fakeness, the clownness, the I'm better than everybody attitude, and the fake character of a person. They want people to look at them and glorify them and worship them, bow down to them, respect them. They want to control the way people view them, so they don't keep it real. They're not honest. They're not authentic. When they lose a real one, they lose. They lose at trying to hold tight to this fake life, to this mask. They lose at trying to trick you and anybody else that's ever been involved to believe that they are someone that they are not. When they lose a real one, they become seriously narcissistically injured because they've been figured out. When they lose a real one, the real one wants nothing to do with them. You become so good on their fake everything. You see the act, you see it's a show, you see that they're in it for the likes, the views, the people, the validation, like disgustingly. Everyone needs to be validated and loved and showered and, receive their flowers when they, you give credit to where it's due. But with narcissists, they want credit for everything, even the lies. They want credit for things that they didn't even really do, things they couldn't even be man or woman enough to initiate and handle. They want credit for the job well done. They want credit for the job you do, what everyone else did. They're hypocrites and they're thieves. They lost the real one and lost a game they didn't really understand. They were playing clownish games. You were playing a game of life. You don't play with life. You never did. When they lost the real one, they lost the version of you that had it all twisted and confused. You unraveled the confusion. You stepped out of it and you saw it was time to force yourself to remove yourself. Time to disengage, unlock, dismantle your connection on whatever level it was. And that's what hurts the most, because you're no longer entangled in their lies and their illusions, in their narrative, in their show. You're no longer a puppet. You're no longer there to be abused. You're no longer the punching bag for them. You're the one who sees that everything they were doing, even though it was subtle, you see that it's actually very abusive and you won't tolerate it. They can't bring that mess around you anymore. It's not going to work. You're the one who awoke it. That's why it hurts. When a narcissist loses a real one, they lose their power. Sometimes they lose their sense of strength, because it was powerful to have dominance over someone that was like you. You are a person of high character. And it was nice to watch you break down or to attempt to break you down. And when they thought they were succeeding, they thought they were winning. So it hurts because they didn't let you go. You let you go. You released yourself, with or without their okay or their approval. You released yourself, and they were supposed to have control over that. You chose yourself, and so that means they no longer mattered. You didn't care anymore about considering their their thoughts, their feelings, their situations, because they always have so much mess going on in their life, in their world, with their family, with their jobs, with their money, whatever. There's always something going on. They always have too much going on in one, two, three, four, five different areas in life. It's never making sense. It's always unbalanced. And it hurts that you got out of that. You figured it out. You stepped away from it. You don't care what losses came with it. When enough became enough, you just took your L's and you carried on. And now they are witnessing how real you are, because nothing you ever said was a lie. It's happening just as it should, just as it would, because you were real. You weren't lying about it. You weren't playing about it. And now it's showing. You don't even have to do too much. You don't have to explain. You don't have to get people to be on your side. Everything is happening how it's supposed to happen. You don't have to beg and cry and plead. Things are moving up. Things are working out for you. And it's going to continue to get better. And they see that. It turns out they did not wipe you out. It turns out you really are standing 100 toes down on how real, genuine, and authentic you are. No matter how much they tried to destroy you, you are still you. You are still manifesting and stepping into the light and the life that you were destined to step into. You're still fulfilling your dreams, your visions. You are still leveling up. So they did all that really to put themselves in the ditch that they were digging for you, because they helped you wake up. And they got to live with that. They didn't expect this. That's why they're still shocked by this. They lost the real one because they were real fake. And now they're the ones real mad. Like, how you gonna be mad because you lost someone that was way too good for you? Oh, that's right. That's because you were never supposed to see that you were way too good for them. That's right. That's right. I forgot. My bad. They're real mad because you see the real truth. Okay, that makes sense. I got it. You got it? I got it. It makes sense. They lost the real one and got real desperate, doing the absolute most. They lost the real one and got real quiet. Cat caught your tongue, huh? Yeah, you've been exposed. Your real mask shows. I see you. And that's why they're scared of you. They was sleeping on you. They thought it was that type of game. Yeah, now they're scared of you. They don't know who you are. They never did. They should be scared. Because when they lost you, you had to show them who the real you really is. Because they had no clue. They messed around and found out that you can't fake real. You can't play with real either. Because there will be real consequences. There will be real things exposed and revealed. Take a moment to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out the description details below, all information on how to sign up for my recovery masterclass, book coaching sessions, follow me on other platforms, purchase MamiSoTrue merchandise, and all other information you may need is below. Check out the description box. Stay blessed and stay true, beautiful people. Until next time, take care. Bye, guys.